Walking with the King is so much better. And it's so easy. Psych. It's not easy. That's why we need help. When he says love like him, I need help with that. Because, I forget. You used to live in sin just like the rest of the world, obeying the devil, is what it says in the New Living Translation. You see that? Obeying, which means there's a master that's given the orders. And we unknowingly obey. Why? Because it's just normal. This is how I medicate my pain. This is how I deal with life. I just obey. I just do this. And we don't even know we're obeying. We just do. So he's like, do you not remember obeying the devil, the commander of the powers in the unseen world? He is the spirit at work in the hearts of those who refuse to obey God. Refuse, not the ignorant. The ones who are like, no. Hey, bro, you shouldn't lie, man. You shouldn't. This is what he wants. And that's one. Verse 3 says this, all of us lived among them at one time, gratifying the cravings of our flesh and following its desires and thoughts, just like the rest. We were by nature deserving. But because of his love for us, God, who is rich in mercy, it made us alive with Christ, even when we were dead in our transgressions. It is by grace you have been saved. And God raised us up with Christ and seated us with him in the heavenly realms in Christ Jesus. Do you see, this is also past tense language. So when you receive Jesus, you immediately sit with him in heavenly places. We dwell in this tension between earth and this place that we know will be. So within this place, we need help. Anybody need help? I need help. We need some help. And it says, and God raised us up with Christ and seated us with him in the heavenly realms in Christ Jesus, in order that in the coming ages he might show the incomparable riches of his grace expressed. There that word is again. How has God demonstrated his love for you? Expressed, shown, put on display in his kindness to us in Christ Jesus. And then he repeats it again. For it is by grace you have been saved, through faith. And this is not from yourselves, it is the gift of God, not by works, so that no one can say, look at what I did. We are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. Here comes the challenges coming up. Therefore, remember that formerly you were Gentiles by birth and called uncircumcised by those who call themselves the circumcision, which is done in the body by human hands. Remember that at that time you were separated from Christ, excluded from citizenship in Israel, and foreigners to the covenant of the promise, without hope and without God in the world. Anybody remember that? But now, present tense language, in Christ Jesus, you who were far away, once far away, have been brought near by the blood of Christ. But sometimes we still live like we're far away. Sometimes pain, right, letdown, discouragement, all that can just kind of lock you in to this way of living where we just kind of take Jesus and just put Jesus on top of all of our regular activities. And then we just think we're good. I'm good. Go to church on Sunday. Body slamming people on Monday. Don't make no difference. It's just life. I'm just doing the best I can. Yep, you are. But how about you allow him to do the best he can? Allow the purifier to come in and purify and produce in us that which we actually desire to be produced. Jesus says, love like him. I'm like, what does it feel like to love that way? I need some help with that. Well, he don't understand what I've been through. Hebrews chapter 4 says this, therefore, since we have a great high priest who has ascended into heaven, Jesus, the Son of God, let us hold firmly to the faith we profess. For we do not have a high priest who is unable to empathize with our weaknesses, but we have one who has been tempted in every way, just as we are, yet did not sin. Look, I need help. Let us then approach God's throne of grace, not condemnation. For now there is no condemnation for those that belong to Jesus Christ. I get irritable. I hold on to hurts. I walk in this old way of seeing myself, this distorted perception of who I am. I just can't break free. So I'm just going to take Jesus and put Jesus on the top of all my regular activities. And he's like, nope, you need to put me on over everything. I need to replace the anger. I need to replace the bitterness. I need to replace the slander. I need to replace all of these so that you can walk like you're created to walk, live like you're created to live, so that the purifier can purify. So we have a high priest who gets it. Let us then approach God's throne of grace with confidence, so that we may receive mercy and find grace to what? Help us in our times of what? I need to know how to love.